Now then, from our aspiring MPs to those who've decided to quit the Commons, we've been catching up with two of our former MPs as they begin the long walk into retirement. Here's Rob Whitehouse.
Some retiring MPs may struggle to name one thing they'd like to be remembered for. But Paddy Tipping, a lifelong rambler, has no problem whatsoever.
I've always been a big walker. And as a kid, I used to walk freely in the Yorkshire Dales until a shooting party threw me off the moors. And the campaign of ordinary working people has always been to have a right to roam.
Paddy won Sherwood from the Conservatives in 1992 and almost immediately set about seeking to extend the Ramblers' right to roam the countryside. He introduced 5 private members' bills.
It was a fight around British politics, the working people, the aspirational people, and the landowners who owned the land. This land is our land, and that was the argument.
For Paddy, this was a fundamental class issue, rooted in decades of struggle by working men to walk freely in the countryside, symbolised by the historic mass trespass at Kinder Scout in the Peak District in 1932, when hundreds of walkers clashed with landowners and gamekeepers.
This was people from all over the Midlands and the North deciding that they were going to demonstrate that they could get access.
I may be a wage slave on Monday, but I am a free man on Sunday.
Paddy's battle was finally won with the passage of the Countryside and Rights of Way Act 10 years ago. So, Paddy, what sort of land did the Act free up then?
Well, it's this countryside, open countryside, mountain, moorland, heathland, downland. We can now walk it. We used to have to ask permission. It gives us the right to walk openly, to follow our path, to follow the stars, to be spiritual, to have our land back again.
Paddy has a warm and genial style, prompting one journalist to say he had a manner reminiscent of a matey vicar. But he too got caught up in the expenses scandal, paying back £14,000. So is he sad that he might be remembered more for collecting cash than contributing to the countryside?
I think it was a bad stain on Parliament, and I hope, because so many MPs are going to turn over this time, that the new generation, the new group are going to come into new rules and going to pick up and show people that Parliament is important.
Paddy left the Commons for the last time on Wednesday. So how did it feel?
It was locking the door, turning the lights out, and it's been 18 years of my life, so it's a big change. But I've done it. I've had the experience, and I now want to move forward. I've shined up my boots, I've got my kit out, I've got the maps off the shelf, I've been looking at where I'm going to visit, so I'm going to do some walking. The countryside needs change. We need to have a countryside where people can come. And I'm going to give up the meetings about the environment. I'm going to dig some ditches, plant some trees, get some hedgerows going and do some real hands-on dirty work.
I may be a wage slave on Monday, but I am a free man on Sunday.
And Paddy Tipping isn't the only retiring MP hoping to leave his mark on the landscape. Colin Sykes reports now on the legacy, just a few miles from here,